Welcome everyone. Today we're diving into one of the most fascinating what-if scenarios in comic book debates. Can Wolverine's adamantium claws cut or wound Superman's body? On one side, we have the unbreakable claws of Marvel's most relentless mutant. On the other, we have DC's Man of Steel, whose body has shrugged off almost everything the universe has thrown at him. Let's break this down step by step. When fans imagine superhero battles, they often focus on strength, speed, or raw power. But in this case, we're talking about something very specific: durability versus the sharpest weapon in Marvel Comics. Wolverine's claws are legendary. Superman's invulnerability is just as legendary. So, which one wins when these forces collide? Let's start with Wolverine. Logan's skeleton, including his claws, is coated in adamantium. This fictional metal is considered unbreakable in the Marvel Universe. His claws have been shown to slice through steel, vibranium alloys, giant robots, and even extremely powerful beings like the Hulk. In fact, his claws are so sharp and so durable that the only real limit is Wolverine's strength behind them. So, on the Marvel side of things, adamantium claws are basically the ultimate cutting weapon. Now let's look at Superman. Under a yellow sun, his Kryptonian body is a fortress. His skin is often described as nearly indestructible. Bullets bounce off him. Lasers, missiles, and even most forms of alien weaponry don't leave a scratch. Superman has tanked blows from gods, explosions powerful enough to destroy cities, and attacks from other Kryptonians. But here's the key point: Superman's invulnerability has limits. He can be hurt by two main things: kryptonite and magic. Kryptonite bypasses his natural defenses because it interferes with his biology. Magic affects him because his powers don't protect him from mystical forces. Outside of those weaknesses, though, Superman is almost untouchable. So, how does adamantium stack up against Kryptonian invulnerability? This is where the debate gets interesting. Adamantium is the toughest substance in the Marvel Universe, but Superman doesn't live in the Marvel Universe. In DC Comics, adamantium doesn't exist, and his durability has been tested against cosmic and magical forces far beyond just a really sharp metal. If Wolverine's claws met Superman's skin, the most likely outcome is that they wouldn't cut through. The claws would probably hit his body with a metallic clang, like a sword bouncing off an impenetrable wall. Superman's invulnerability is not just about hardness, it's an energy-based durability fueled by his solar-charged Kryptonian cells. That's something adamantium alone can't bypass. What about official crossovers? Marvel and DC have crossed paths in special comic events before. While we never got a dedicated Wolverine vs. Superman fight, there have been moments where Superman was shown to resist Marvel's toughest materials. In general, crossovers tend to respect each character's iconic powers. That means Superman is usually portrayed as invulnerable to most Marvel tech and weapons, unless the story specifically adds a twist like magic or kryptonite. So even in those crossover scenarios, there's no real evidence that Wolverine's claws could pierce him. Are there any conditions where Wolverine could cut Superman? Yes, but they require outside factors. For example, if Wolverine's claws were somehow laced with kryptonite, they could potentially pierce Superman's skin. If the claws were enchanted with magic, they could also bypass his defenses, or, if Superman was severely weakened, maybe deprived of sunlight or exposed to red sun radiation, then Wolverine's claws might have a chance. But in a straight-up, normal fight? Without kryptonite or magic? Superman wins this durability contest every single time. So, can Wolverine's claws cut Superman? The answer is no, at least not under normal circumstances. Adamantium is powerful in the Marvel Universe. But Superman's durability is on an entirely different scale in the DC Universe. Unless Wolverine's claws are enhanced by kryptonite or magic, they won't pierce the Man of Steel's body. At the end of the day, this matchup highlights why cross-universe debates are so much fun. Wolverine's claws are the ultimate weapon in Marvel, but Superman's invulnerability is one of the cornerstones of DC. When they clash, it's a perfect example of unstoppable force meeting immovable object, and in this case, the Man of Steel holds the edge. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown of Wolverine vs. Superman, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more superhero deep dives. And let me know in the comments, if you could rewrite the rules, would you give Wolverine a shot at cutting Superman, or do you think the Man of Steel should stay invulnerable? See you in the next video.
Don't forget to like, follow, share, and subscribe so you never miss the next epic showdown.